tomato as well. Okay, so while that's just browning a little bit, I'm checking my rice. I wouldn't normally cook the rice this early on, but I've done a portion of rice because I want to show you how much rice to expect to go with a portion of curry. A lot of us overeat our carbs, our sugary foods, and we don't need as much as we think we do. Okay, so that's my portion of rice, and I'm going to show you when the curry's ready. And now I just want to get my black pepper because I forgot to add it in. Black pepper going in. Browning nicely. I have gone and prepped my vegetables so that they're ready to go in, and I'm just going to talk to you a little bit about the vegetables that I've put here. I haven't done a grocery shop, so I'm just using what's in my fridge. You don't need to be going by a specific recipe and having certain vegetables in a curry. You can mix whatever you want. So I have got in this bowl here, I have chopped up some carrot, and I've chopped it really skinny, like little sticks, okay? And I've chopped up courgette as well into little sticks, because courgette's a great vegetable, but some of us don't like the taste of it. So you can pop it into a curry, it's going to absorb nice flavour, and you're not really tasting a whole courgette. So chop it nice and skinny into little sticks. I've chopped red peppers, I've chopped some green peppers, and I've also added into here, I'd normally have a lot more peppers, okay, but I just don't have, excuse me, I don't have as much here in the fridge today. So to bulk it up a bit with more veg, I've added some pak choy. So pak choy is a Chinese cabbage leaf, okay, and I've chopped it up nice and thin, and you'd find this in ramen dishes. If you ever get ramen or Mao's curries, they have pak choy in them. And I've also added in just a little bit there of some spring onion as well, because I have some spring onion, okay. I'm going to be putting some spinach in as well. I sometimes put cauliflower in, and the cauliflower can be from a cauliflower head, chopped fine, or the cauliflower can be from frozen cauliflower if you want, in the bags. Cauliflower helps to thicken the curry without you adding a thickener, and you're adding a whole vegetable into your diet that you probably wouldn't eat that often because it's quite a bland vegetable, but you don't even notice it. If you cook the curry for 2 hours with cauliflower, it dissolves. You don't even taste or feel the cauliflower. So it dissolves into the curry. It's a great way for adding another vegetable in for your children, if you've got children in the house that don't tend to eat many vegetables as well. So if you're cooking a curry over a long sustained 1 to 2 hours, cauliflower, broccoli can be added in and they disintegrate. You won't even notice them, okay? So that's ready. Now that my curry is ready, I'm going to start adding the vegetables in. Well, not my curry, sorry, my chicken. My chicken's ready to go. So now adding in the vegetables on top of that, because we want them to take a bit of the flavour as well, okay? Mixing all in. There's a good bit of vegetables there. I've got about 2/3 of vegetables to the portion of my meat. Okay, that's gone in there. Let's coat that with the flavours, mixing it through. A little bit about the flavours and why I picked a curry for today. So, as I said earlier on, there's turmeric, there's garlic. Garlic is really good for fighting bad bacteria in the stomach. There's ginger, which brings down inflammation, and spices. All the different spices, they have a thing called ORAC. ORAC is the value on them of bringing down inflammation in the body. And they're much more potent than any vegetables because they've been dried. So the value is much higher. Cinnamon, cloves, they're really good for the ORAC value as well. Okay, so vegetables in there now in the pot. I'm just going to show you there so you can see what it looks like. Okay, nice little flavours going through. It smells good. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some tinned tomatoes. So I've got 2 chicken breasts. This is for 2. I'm going to add half a tin of tomatoes. If you're making it for a family of 4 chicken breasts, a whole load of vegetables, and a full tin of tomatoes. But half a tin for today. Okay. And once I've added in the half tin of tomatoes, I'm now going to go with a bit of passata to give it some sauce, okay? So the tomatoes are because they're giving another bit of vegetable texture as well. And I'm going to add some passata, so I'm going to go for half a carton of passata, which should be roughly a small cup, okay? So half a passata. As you can tell, I'm quite free-handed. I don't go, don't be fussing about your recipes too much. Go free-handed with your food. Get the taste and flavours that you like as you cook and as you learn with them. So I've gone with half a carton of passata in there now. And then I'm going to add my favorite ingredient, the thing that makes us the curry that it is. It's your coconut, okay? So coconut cream is fairly high in calories. It's a fat, it's good for us. It's really important for our brain health, for our skin, to make our skin heal well. But it does have a lot of calories and it's quite dense. So I always go with a light coconut oil cream, okay? Coconut milk. So that you get lots of flavor. It's going to bulk up the curry, but it's half the amount of calories. And if you're watching your weight, I do think you should go for light coconut oil, okay? So coconut milk added in, the full tin, all in there with the creamy bit at the top. Okay. Again, if you're making this for 4 people, you don't need more coconut milk. You just can go heavier on the tomato, passata or full tin of tomatoes, okay? So I'm mixing it in, making sure that I'm pulling off the flavours from the bottom of the pan and that there's nothing sticking at the bottom, and it's mixed in quite well. Lovely. And then what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to leave this on a low to medium heat for 2 hours to cook, okay? So I don't know, can you see that well without me pouring it on the camera? Curry's all there, ready to go. I'm going to cover it well and leave it in there for about 2 hours, 3 hours if I've got the time. The longer you leave the curry cooked, the nicer it's going to taste. Now, before we finish up, I just want to quickly talk about the rice portion and why it's important to watch how much we put in with our curries. If you're watching your weight, I recommend that you try something like cauliflower rice. I'll show you what that is. You can buy a head of cauliflower and you can put it in a blender and blitz it if you want. And then you can stir fry it in the pan with a little bit of butter. It's got nice flavour. And a bit of turmeric if you want it as well. Or you can buy a cauliflower rice bagged if you want something quick and easy out of the freezer. That's what it looks like. And again, you pop it into a hot pan and you put a little bit of oil or a little bit of butter and you just quickly stir fry it. A bit of salt as well and a bit of turmeric would be great. If you're going with the rice option, portion control. Okay, so I don't care if you're a big strong guy or a little lady. If you're not very active and you're not running miles and you're not doing a lot of triathlon training or long distance hand cycling at the moment or anything like that, your calorie needs are not that high, okay? They really aren't. And the higher you go with your rice, the more you're going to spike your insulin. And if you spike your insulin, you send your blood sugar up. If you send your blood sugar up, you're putting your body in an inflamed state. And the more you do that on a day-to-day basis, the more you're pushing yourself towards diabetes. So portion control is not just about how skinny or fat you are, it's about health. And for your rice portion per person, you're looking at approximately 5 tablespoons of rice, dry rice before it's cooked, which is 25 grams. It's not a lot, okay? It's basically equal to the bottom layer of this pot. That's one portion. And when you spoon it out, what does it look like on a plate? This is where people get confused. So 5 tablespoons of uncooked rice. Portion-wise, is a lot less than most people would have. If you order a takeaway and you go for rice with your curry or rice with your Chinese, that portion that you order is nearly triple. So you should half your rice portion from the Chinese. Don't dish out all the rice, only dish out half, put the other half aside, and I guarantee by the time you get to the end of the meal, you're not going to want the second half. If you dish it all out, you're going to eat it because it's there in front of you, okay? So, what does 25 grams of uncooked rice look like? This is the portion of 25 grams. Not a lot, right? Let's take a camera view there. It's quite tiny. So, that's important, portion control. And that's our theme for this week. Portion control, adding more spice, more variety to your diet. Chat soon. Bye.